Samra Zafar is a best-selling author, a human rights advocate, a speaker, and she was planning to go off to medical school in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. She was also a child bride. Samra was born in Pakistan and grew up in the UAE. Her father wanted her to get an education and was supportive of her efforts, but he was also a man who abused his own wife. At just 16, she was engaged to be married to the brother of a man who was a friend of the family. He lived in Canada and he was 11 years older than her. She did not want to be married, but she was reassured by her fiance and his family that she could go to university in Canada and continue school. She was married at 17 and moved to Ontario to join her husband at 18. She was pregnant with a daughter right away and her in-laws moved in. It would not take long for her to realize that the promises of an education for Samra had been lies. She was not permitted to leave the house alone, to develop her own friendships, or be independent. She was supposed to stay home and be a mother and a wife. She would have another daughter 5 years after the first. Eventually, though, she broke free of the physical and emotional abuse, attending university when her youngest daughter was 3. She developed the support of professors, students, social workers, counselors, and she left. She left and made a life for herself and her daughters. A life that saw her with more than a dozen scholarships and awards, a master's degree in economics, a life as an advocate, and medical school. She's proof that there is life beyond abuse, beyond child marriage, beyond confinement. Her book is called A Good Wife, Escaping the Life I Never Chose. You can also listen to her TED Talk on the subject of healing with trauma, the culture of honor, or I was abused as a child bride and this is what I learned, to learn more about her experience with child marriage. I recommend them if you're interested in this topic. She is extremely insightful and hopeful at the same time. If you're experiencing abuse of any kind, including forced or child marriage abuse, please know you're not alone. There is help, there is support, and there is a life beyond. Please reach out. Thank you for listening. If you're enjoying these videos and you want to see more, please click the subscribe button and hit those notifications so that you don't miss any uploads. We appreciate you. Thanks.